Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
I can't express how good it is to have you with us here on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the
The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Sprite.
It's interconference time for these Thunder as they come in as the visiting team. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined as always by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Cavaliers again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one, going up against a capable opponent. But you see their confidence. This one they feel they should win. They look to come out strong and show they're the better team.
Well, right now for the Cavaliers, they've hit the ground running to start this young season, and I mean that literally. Raising some eyebrows with their hot start so far.
Yeah, the start of the season, is a time when optimism is league-wide, but the early play of this club certainly...
Oh, look out! Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
11 feet away. No good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And Kevin, I kept waiting for them to get back into that game. It seemed like they were capable of it, but it just never happened.
Well, I didn't see it, Steve. I mean, you had much more faith in them than I did. I didn't think they were showing any signs of life. We were watching the same thing, but perceiving it differently.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
Well, Clark, a bit of a down year shooting-wise for Kyrie Irving last season.
Yeah, it sure was, and you heard some sources within the Cavs organization questioning his leadership, too. I mean, the chemistry in Cleveland, not really where it needed to be, kind of a mess all season, quite honestly. And Irving is still young and has a lot on his shoulders and maybe started to show some of the frustration with the expectations and demands that have been placed on him. But now, as he continues to grow as a leader, having LeBron James there and some other veterans who've come in should really help smooth that out for the young standout.
LeBron, that's a two-pointer, and the officials call a traveling violation. Here's Westbrook. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
And a gigantic game for him at the free throw line. I mean, he was initiating contact and really hunting those whistles from the referees. Now, some weak defensive coverage there, and I'm pretty sure they didn't plan on starting this game out like that, giving such easy access to the rim.
Miller with another miss. Thunder have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and the dunk by LeBron.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They made the steal pay dividends instantly in the open floor.
Here's Westbrook. Miller grabs the miss. Cleveland leading by 3. The drive by James, and there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. James kicks to Miller. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. To the paint, got a piece of it, and stolen by Miller. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break, Love running, and the dunk by James.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
And stolen by James. And a wide open look for Irving. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Varejão's shot is good.
Coach Scott Brooks of the Thunder, he's brought great stability to this organization. A lot of talent on this roster, but doesn't always fit in terms of their offensive flow. So the Thunder like to keep it pretty simple with their X's and O's.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
Pass to Love. It's tipped. Hangs. And the layup is up and in. Love's got his first 2 points of the night.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
And Scott Brooks, even when the Thunder were really a young team, was pretty open to getting input from his players, and they liked it.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's a collaborative style, and really a credit to Scott Brooks that he's secure enough with himself to allow his players to have that input. Engaging his players and keeping them invested. It's not easy for coaches to do when they're expected to always be in control and have the answers. And he's got some great team leaders, too, so it's a nice fit for that collaborative style.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Love grabs the board.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Here's LeBron, and it's rejected. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Roberson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. The Thunder shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
Cleveland didn't quite meet their expectations last year, in part by how poor they shot at home. Hard to get wins when everything you put up seems to rim out.
A platoon swap here for Cleveland. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Perkins, he's checked in for Adams. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Jackson in for Russell Westbrook. And the Thunder making a switch here. Lamb's checked in. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. It can be doubly defeating, Clark, with the missed shots here at home. Not only are you not scoring, but then the crowd loses interest. They get out.
That's a great point. I mean, one of the benefits of being at home is having your crowd there energized and pulling for you. And if you're not making shots, they tend to sit on their hands.
Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
It's tipped and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Looked like some miscommunication there offensively. Those guys were not on the same page.
Here's the 3, and that one's good. Lamb's got 5 points so far. Here's Dellavedova. This is to Thompson. And it's good, assisting on the play with Dellavedova.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts.
Spend your Christmas.
Offense, the order of... And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
And you could see early on, guys, they were going to go inside and try to establish their offense in the paint area. That's exactly what they've done.
And I think that's exactly where they should continue to attack moving forward, Steve.
We got James Jones. Dion Waiters is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Marion, and it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Yeah, that's twice in a row now where they've done exactly the opposite and backed off.
Thunder trailing by 3. And here's Jackson. They really needed more from him in that loss to Golden State. And the basket by Morrow. Reggie Jackson has taken a much larger role, Steve, for the Thunder over the last year or so. Last season, doubling his minutes, taking the place primarily of the injured Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, well, the injury to Westbrook created an opportunity for Jackson, and he was so successful that ultimately when Westbrook came back, that the two of them played together quite often. But Jackson, I think, has turned into an excellent reserve guard in this league, and maybe someday a starter.
A different look now for Cleveland. Love comes in for Jones, and Irving subbed in for Waiters. Morrow, Love grabs the board. Love's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Sean Marion with the slam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, there's no doubting that center Steven Adams came to the league ready to rumble. As Kendrick Perkins put it, he acts like he grew up on the farm chasing hogs. But Adams said it had more to do with growing up playing rugby. He said it was, quote, a combination of that and trying to survive against my brothers and sisters. Keep in mind, he's the youngest of 18 siblings, Kevin.
He doesn't mind taking some licks, Doris. He just keeps coming. Thank you.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Cashes in for a double-digit lead.
Agility leads to